We went to some shows together with Esham, me, him, and a couple of the boys and the crew at the time. He calls me, and he's screaming, I'm trying to ask you questions so that you can speak for yourself versus the internet speculating.
Exactly. For me, I do take it personal, because when you come at my boy, it's hard to separate that art from art.
Today, all wrongs reserved. Excuse my painfully long hair. It does need a trim. So, I don't have a mullet, although it would appear so.
It's getting there, brother. It's getting there.
It's going to have to come off this week. It's getting too damn long. I don't like it. Welcome to AWR, All Wrongs Reserved. We debated which column to put this episode into.
That's right.
And we've decided it's going to be an episode of Talk Time. Versus listen here, motherfucker. Which it could easily be an episode of that as well. What we're here to discuss today is Esham.
And what's interesting about
Esham the Unholy, the godfather, the creator of wicked shit.
Yes, and what we're going to be diving into today is Esham's relationship between the Juggalos and the Juggalo community.
Yeah, his relationship between the Juggalos and the Juggalo community, and obviously ICP.
Yep.
Seems to be some one-sided negative feelings, and you know, look, we're fair guys. We're gonna be fair every video. But we're gonna be fair but firm. But also fair but firm.
Yeah.
Before we get any further into that, though, if you fuck with us in any way, shape, or form,
if you like us,
please hit the subscribe button. It does greatly help us. Hit the like button on this video as well. Bing, bing, bing. Or as Bryce said, bing! Ah! And also feel free to comment at any point in this video, whatever you may feel. It's going to be a long video, and there's a lot to talk about. I myself have had a personal relationship with this man for over 10 years now. We're not best friends or anything. It's not like that, but I have the man's phone number. He has mine. He's been fronted and announced, paid a few back. He's been less perfect with other things. Point is, I know the guy, and look, I love the guy on very many levels.
Right.
But it's a complicated issue. So, where do you think we start here, Bryce? We start with probably some background, right? Just some background.
Yeah, just a smidge of the background, kind of starting with why we're even challenging him in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So, what a lot of I think most Juggalos know this, but the thing is the information that's out there is so it's not put together about the whole subject.
Exactly.
And that whole subject is, yes, Esham, in a sense, I don't know that he invented the wicked shit, but he certainly pioneered it.
Yeah, the godfather, as they say.
Yeah, he took, and from a very young age, of about 13 to 15 years old, with here my signed copy right here, Booming Words from Hell.
Hey, that booming.
The first album, 89, I believe. And Esham's an artist that has influenced the likes of Eminem. Got a quote from Eminem right here. We'll play that real quick.
Never ran with a click, I'm a posse, kamikaze, strapping a motherfucking bomb across me. From the second I was born, my mama lost me. I'm a cross between Manson, Esham, and Ozzy.
And that's just in one of his early songs on the Slim Shady LP. He's been referenced by many great artists.
Very many.
He's been saluted as an inspiration by many, including Bean Zing Von Posse.
Yes, sir.
He also helped produce a couple tracks on Carnival of Carnage. Whoopam!
Yeah.
Whoopam! And he's been around for a long, long time, 30 plus years, on many great albums, and produced many his own. I mean, we can go skip ahead here. One of our personal favorites.
Ooh, Male Dominance.
From 99.
Yes.
Male Dominance. So, this guy has a catalog. We're not here to do a biography. This is going to be a bit different.
Yeah, it's not going to be in chronological order necessarily.
This is not to tell you about every one of Esham's albums, why he's so awesome and has no imperfections, or this is going to be quite different.
Very.
He's a guy that I would say from let's call it 88 when he probably started making Booming Words from Hell, to 08 where we get to Sacrificial Lambs.
Yeah.
Bam. That's 20 years. In my opinion, he was the greatest of all time. And you could not have talked me off that argument. I would have defeated you. Lyrically, he had it. His production value, I don't even know anyone was close in that era. That 20 years. Albums like Closed Casket, Bam, also in the thumbnail, my personal favorite by him. But as he got later on in his career, you know, he ended up linking up with Psychopathic Records in, I think, 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
And we get his first album on Psychopathic Records, Tongues. Wham! This is an album I love a lot. Bryce doesn't care for it as much.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's probably along the lines of... I don't know, I think you might need to listen to it again.
Yeah, it's one I'd be open to listen to.
It's definitely one of Paul's favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm with Paul. Not Paul Metric. Thank you very much. No. Yeah, not that Paul.
Oh, no.
But no, before we get forward, I mean, I know we had some more things we wanted to mention. This is going to be a fun one to dissect.
Oh, yeah, man. I think what makes it even more interesting is just, again, just really thinking about, you know, what we have to emphasize about so much that he's done, whether it's, again, that good, that bad, or that ugly.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not just... I mean, he has amazing albums, and he has albums that I have no apologies, none, saying are atrocious. But, you know, artists change and stuff, I get that, and you maybe don't like their new stuff as much as their old stuff, but with Esham it's different, because it seems like he literally lost his ability to rap. Am I going too far, or am I on
No,
pace?
I think just
Give
from
me your thoughts.
Just from some of, you know, the homework we've done over the past few weeks, months, if you will, it's very apparent to see that, you know, from great albums, Close Casket, Bruce Wayne, Dead Flowers, another favorite of yours.
Yeah.
To go from that to some of this later stuff we're gonna dive into, it's night and day. It's like...
Hard to believe it's the same person.
Yeah, it's like you've got the best poet in the world turned into Dr. Seuss all of a sudden.
Or Dr. Seuss with every kind of prescription drug known to man in his body.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where we start with it. So, without further ado, we start our dive into Esham. As, you know, many of you already know, he's had a very long, illustrious career.
Yeah.
And some of you know about bits and pieces of the not so illustrious part. And everyone has a different opinion on the matter.
Exactly, various opinions.
Because people only have little bits and pieces of whichever way they may come.
Mm-hmm.
So, on the screen right now, ironically enough, an article by MTV of all outlets from the year 2012, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
About kind of the subject we're about to get into. So here we'll put the header of that article on here, and we will also include the part Bryce is about to read. Boom.
Alrighty. ICP's been at it for a solid 20 years now, but even before they established themselves, there was another Detroit rapper who was following a wildly idiosyncratic path, releasing the fouillisade of albums on an independent label devoted to his own work, assembling a fanatic cults, including a few much bigger names, and burning a lot of bridges in the process. Esham's name is very familiar to almost every hip-hop listener in Detroit, and not to a whole lot of people outside Detroit.
Yeah, and you know, now we got that off the screen and back to our ugly mugs. I think one of the things that sticks out to me, and I'm just going to say this straight away, I think Esham has a lot of resentment and jealousy to the attention that ICP gets, and Eminem, as we see later in this article, and we just factually know. I mean, to quote Eminem, I'm a mix of Manson, Esham, and Ozzy, right?
Yeah.
You know, which he didn't have to pay homage to a Detroit local like that.
Not at all.
And the reality is, outside of Detroit, and particularly if you go outside of Detroit and you go outside of the Juggalo world, Esham doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I've always thought that was interesting.
And I've always thought it was a damn shame.
Yeah.
Because I think you got Biggie and Pac, you know, Pac on the West, Biggie on the East. How can you leave out Esham during the 90s? You know, talking about the heat, the real heat era of hip hop. It's a crime to leave him out. But he almost done left himself out as he went on with some of his, you know, I'll just call them shenanigans for now.
Oh, fellas. But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
So, first of all, Esham, you know, we're just assuming our viewers are very familiar with his music because they probably are.
Right.
And just in case you're not, let's just play a couple clips of just a couple of our favorites that really fucking knock here. And then we'll come back and how Esham... Can you separate the art from the artist as a juggalo? But first, some of his fucking bangers first.
Some of the bangers.
Hit your ass up like this 2 times on your ass. 1994, I'm bout for the dough, fuck a hoe. And bitches can't fade me like an afro. My flow is wicked, some doubt what we say. The unholy black devil Kunta Kinte. I'm down with Nodis and that blasphemy. And niggas can't see me in 3D. I'm coming at your ass straight from the east side. And I'm in the belly of the beast ride. Niggas don't know the time. I put a gun in your mouth and let the taste blow your mind. Sleepy niggas awake. You're faker than the silicone titty with the shakes. I make more bounce to the motherfucking bounce. And Esham's how it's pronounced, bitch. I hit the switch, cause I got this shit hooked up. And my shit's pure before it's cooked up. More money, that's what it's.
Everybody's got a little light under the sun, under the sun. My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine.
My life's in the sunshine. The sun don't shine too much on mine. But I feel funny ways on sunny days. Honey plays, money pays for mustard keep her in a daze. Used to be my baby, but now you're just a baby kid. And I'm thinking about the things I did just to make you happy. Scoop you scrappy, but listen to the nappy pappy. It's all about money, it's all about more money. And it's getting more funny in the sunny days. I think about my wicked ways. Juices got me crazed, so crime pays. Putting in work, doing my dirt. And I'm the one that ends up getting hurt. Just for a piece of puss, a piece of bush. And now the next man's get the tush.
So yeah, just a couple examples from 1994, Closed Casket, and Kill the Fetus from 93.
Yep.
Many records. This guy's pumping out records in the 90s.
Oh my god, yeah.
And early 2000s.
So many.
He does sign with Psychopathic Records around 01, around the time of the 6 Jokers card for ICP. They created Supervillains together.
That's right.
Another great group.
Yes.
Play a little excerpt of some Supervillains for you. Pa-pow!
In the van, drunk driving, pull over by the cops, wipe a gun from their holster, licking off shots, sped off in the flash, mashing on the gas, got a helicopter hovering above on my ass.
There's a black van following you, a figure driving, shimmering diamonds on his wrist, no surviving, it's wartime, and you caught in the middle of it, we plant you in the dirt head first and love it.
The van was loaded up to the max with guns. Mr. Diamond said he know where we could get some funds. Out this bank in North Hollywood, full body armor suit. If the pigs come my way, you know I'ma shoot. In the van through a tunnel, headed straight for a truck. What the fuck? So I bust till I blow that bitch up. All over the road, madman in the van, no love, Mr. Hart, keep a weapon on hand. Killers in the loose, the van, got these guns for the shoot, the van, what's gonna do, the van, what the fuck you gonna do when you see.
There you go, is a little bit more of his multi-dimensional and really the link up with ICP. It helped them both and grow a label together, but I always felt that, you know, he kind of abruptly left after 2006, after his album A1 Yola, Bam, his last on Psychopathic Records. Put out a great few albums, Repentance as well, Bam. But he left and really without any word as to why, or, you know, it wasn't on some twisted shit where it was a big old grand deal or anything. He was there for a few years, then he wasn't, and people always knew him in Real Life Productions, his company, to do his own thing. So it wasn't really a big surprise or big deal. No big deal. There's no beef that we knew about. It was
nothing that.
And I'm speaking for. I was around that time. Every blog, forum, chat that you could be in, Juggalo wise, there was no beef. That was all on the surface, all this and that. But then we get to 2009. Bryce, why don't you tell them what came out from... Now, remember, Esham's left Psychopathic at this point. No big deal there. Go on, make great music. You made Sacrificial Lambs in 08. Great album.
Yeah.
But 09, what starts to happen, my brother?
Oh, man. Esham, he starts to come with... This is at ICP. And starts to come with the I Ain't Your Homie album.
Yeah. The EP that's like 16 songs, depending on the version. And it's weird. I think you're really underdoing it there. The album that disses ICP. No, he talks a ton of shit about juggalos. References our entire culture.
I mean, I'm still in shock. That's the shock you're getting from me, because I'm still in shock from the fact that
he's just learning about this. So and we're
so that's the shock that's coming in, because I'm like, just really thinking about it, and when we
hold on, before we play a little bit of I Ain't Your Homie, here's a picture of the album art on the screen. Wha-bam. You may notice, he's got a gun to his head, painted kind of like Jay and Shags. Also has a card in his hand, which one might say resembles a Joker's card.
Yeah.
Has one more in the background. Tell me, musically and personally, what do you think about what you heard from that record? And before we start playing little bits of it.
Lord, well...
Give it to him.
Musically, it fucking sucks.
Up in the place, you don't want me to come with a gun in your face. I spit it hotter than anybody in the world could do.
That
it's
shit
like
sucks.
Damn, my shit was whack.
Like, listening to the songs that we did.
Why does it suck?
Because one, not only does it attack the very fan base that helped keep your ass relevant, it's just it sucks. The rhyme schemes are so simple for a man who...
You talk about it from a rapper state. You're a rapper.
From the rapper standpoint, the rhymes are so simple. And it's disappointing because for a guy who's so elaborate and known for his elaborate topics, rhyme flows, storytelling, it's disappointing to, again, like I was saying earlier, to get into Dr. Seuss schoolyard insults on a track.
Yeah, and also jacking their own, I got he doesn't say Mr. Johnson's head, but I got chopped off head chilling in my duffel bag.
Yeah, we know who that's about.
Obviously alluding to Mr. Johnson's head from ICP's The Ringmaster 1994. Mm-hmm. And again, like you said, they're elementary rhymes, they're juvenile, they're weak, they're, I would say they're like subliminal shots that are just so not subliminal, and they're weak in that sense. If you're gonna do sublims, I mean, I've never been one for sublims, but if you're gonna do it that way, at least make it a little better.
Right.
At least put a little more thought into it.
Exactly.
Right?
And what's interesting is that for someone who's trying to be subliminal with it, he's also painfully obvious, almost to a point. Actually, not even almost. Extremely corny with it. So
that's the word, corny.
It's like choose one or the other. If you're gonna diss. If not, don't.
And who else would like that album other than someone who knows who ICP is and has a problem with them for some reason?
Right.
And then at what point would they love it? Because this guy is the same guy who ran with ICP for years and years and years and years and years. So I don't even understand who the target audience is. Right. Now, sometimes artists say they make music for them, and that's fine, but you still put it out.
Yeah.
So, and you put it out in physical copies that you can still find out there to this day with the splendid artwork and all this. So clearly he wanted attention for it.
Oh, very much.
He wasn't trying to give it away for free. He was trying to make some money off of it.
Oh, yeah.
So we got 4 songs we're going to talk about from the album. Don't worry, we ain't going to play all 4 of them for you. I wouldn't want to risk Esham copyright striking such a thing. So, Esham, remember, this is within the 1976 Copyright Act. Everything we are doing educational.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll play a clip, but what's our first that we're going to go down the line from this thing?
So, our first one would be the intro.
The intro itself.
Yes,
and then
intro.
why don't we combine the next song with it too?
And then we also got Copycat, which would be the next one.
So
Ugh.
there's not really a whole lot more we can say about these than what we've already said. But you just listen to them, and anyone who's watching this, if you've ever heard a classic Esham album, you've ever enjoyed Esham's music, you've got to admit this is not it.
No.
So let's play a little This Is Not It, and then we'll get back to it and keep it moving.
I got another trick up my sleeve. Homies back, you in disbelief. I run this, did this, done this 100 times or more. Put your brains on the floor. Everybody wanna be me, no need for improvement.
We'll have a moment of silence for Michael Jackson.
Not say I didn't. I even got niggas in Kansas with the Tech 9 spitting. Whole world turned wicked day one since I kicked it. Can't pay the rent on my style, so you getting evicted. And I ain't your homie. I ain't your homie. Nah, I ain't your homie. I ain't your homie. Nah, I ain't your fam. Hit you with the boom, pow, and the bam. You know who I am. Homie the clown. Goddamn. Nah, I ain't your homie. Nah, I ain't your homie. Nah, I ain't your homie.
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers. My dad said so.
Knock, knock. It's homie. Juggalo. I came here just to say hello. Only wrestling I watch is bitches in jello. My favorite Fago is mellow yellow. I might let your girl ride the pogo stick. Hit me on the hip, you know the O's go quick. I spit that wicked shit and do big deals. I smoke a lot of weed, took a lot of pills. You know, homie don't play, so you know I'll kill. Bitch boy, don't try me, cause you know I will.
Mother of God, it's all toilet sounds.
So, as you can hear, there's quite a different sonically. I mean, let's just start with sonically, right? From Closed Casket. Now, one might say, well, of course it sounds different. It's 10 years later or whatever. Okay, that's one thing, but
right.
You know, ICP's albums have changed. Madonna's, I'm sure, have changed, so on and so forth.
Yeah, everyone's had some change.
But you don't go from that level of lyricism and production to it's lower than a bass. It's bad. It's really bad. I'm trying to find like elaborate, an eloquent way to say it.
I don't think there is an eloquent way to put it, man.
It's just shit.
Yeah.
Esham, you got mad 10 years ago. Actually, I'll show this screenshot on the screen. He got mad 10 years ago that I said I didn't like his new music nearly as much as his old stuff, but he was entitled to make it, and I still supported him. He got mad and blocked me, and then admitted he was being a little bit of a sensitive bitch. Here's that, literally on your screen, 10 years ago, still got him saved. Receipts are a damn thing. So, anyway, we have one more song off I Ain't Your Homie before we transition a little bit. And
That is Dead Clowns.
Yeah, so we'll just... It gets really redundant, so there's no need to continually comment on this, but we're going to give you a little snippet of that real quick. Come back and continue.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Esham. It won't be too much of a snippet.
Thankfully that's the last snippet of that bullshit we got.
Fucking album.
Yeah.
So here you go. But no, we got plenty more. This gets real interesting.
More.
Believe me, it gets interesting and personal. Very personal. Very personal. Boom.
Yeah. This the big homie. Wicked Clown. I still don't play that shit. That's me. Homie. Yeah, I'm a clown. Wicked one. Wicked man. But guess what? Dead clown, why you mad? You said you should be glad. I got chopped off head stuffed in my duffel bag. Dead clown, why you mad? You said you should be glad. I got chopped off head stuffed in my duffel bag. I got chopped off heads in my bag. They stuffed with their eyes sewn up and their mouth sewn shut. Don't talk to me, I kill them all the time. Take out their brains and I play with their minds. Take your eyes out your head so you can see what I'm saying. Body decaying, paint your face, I'm spraying a murder death machine. They call me Evil Knievel. Paint up my face and start serial killing.
one of the things that's important to note about this is that he's releasing all of these songs in 2009, shitting on Bang Pow Boom with his little mentions there.
Yeah, corny mentions.
Is it even shitting on it? Is it Black Slim Shady? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell.
Is he black standing? I don't know what's going on here. But ICP never responded to any of this on wax.
Yeah, not at all.
Never. As a matter of fact, I don't remember Jay or Shaggy even speaking about it publicly. They might have at a seminar or one of those type of things.
Right.
Just like, yo, like, he's got beef with us right now or something. Point is the beef was one-sided. He apparently, he pulled the Twisted, but in hindsight, it's funny how people do that.
Right.
After Twisted leaves in 2012 and all that, he comes out and says, well, the reason I was mad is they didn't handle my album releases well. And this and that, and well, you're Real Life Productions, you're Esham, you're the Godfather.
Right.
You're responsible for them according to you. You invented them according to you. Why would they? But I understand it. He was signed to him, etc. But before we go a little further into 2011 here, where we get to the song Juggalo, I do want to point out something to Esham personally, as well as his fucking camp. If they don't know. Yeah, that's right. Get
I'm ready.
Get me ready.
Yes.
Bryce, and I know you happen to know this.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I'm talking to Esham right now. Ready?
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Esham, you did not invent the clown thing. Homie the Clown, which you claim is their godfather and ancestor, was invented by a black comedian named Damon Wayans.
Yep.
Damon Wayans is 60-something years old, 62.
Yeah, 60, 61, something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
We saw him live.
We did.
Damon Wayans created the character Homie the Clown. Hey, my friend Esham, real quick, do you know what show Homie the Clown was on?
In Living Color.
Thank you. So, no, Esham, you didn't even invent your own fucking character. Esham's over here. Esham, you didn't even invent your own character that you claim they made bank off of.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense in any way.
Not at all.
Anyway,
man.
I know y'all hate to hear that if you're on his nuts, but it's just true. Homie the Clown, look, right here, Damon Wayans on your screen.
Boom.
Homie the Clown.
I think you got it backwards, son. Now, how do you feel about yourself? Totally dissed, homie. That's why homie don't play that.
That whole thing was in the 80s, so...
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. So, he didn't invent it. It's not like Damon Wayans went to Detroit and picked up Homie Don't Play.
Right, it's not like him and Keenan Ivan Wayans went to Detroit and was like, oh, we're gonna...
steal this
we're gonna steal this random
16-year-old rapper's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But no, going forward, before we get into one of his more, I would definitely say, unique albums, we get the song Druggalos. And he proceeds to call Juggalos, basically, at the time, Druggalos was like the N-word towards it meant your stereotypical Juggalo that just smokes meth. All those stupid stereotypes that get attached with Juggalos.
Yeah.
Maybe fairly so sometimes, but unfairly so to the masses like us. So he makes that song, then he comes out in 2012 with an album called DMT Sessions, where every single song is named after a different drug. Here's the cover, and then cover don't matter much, but then the track listing for that album, if you think we're kidding. So, he comes out with Juggalo, calling them, us, just a bunch of drug users, idiots who chased off Tila Tequila, and he just is so misinformed on his own culture, and then releases an entire album entirely about and named after drugs.
Oh my god.
And that's when we finally get closer to your apology we were talking about, written apology.
Yeah.
He released. But before we get to that, though, just to continue, he released some other albums, Venus Flytrap, Boom, a few others, all trash, all shit, garbage, horrible. And if you don't believe us, Why don't I think the clonazepam music video is still up. Let's play him a little bit of. He's literally got a music video about Klonopin with Cookie Monster, and the chorus is just him going cookies, 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 cookies with like pills and cookies. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's pathetic, dude. And he's the one calling people juggalos. Here's that real quick.
Cookies, 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 cookies. I'm back up in the kitchen and I'm blazing. I'm feeling like some oatmeal raisin. What about the chocolate chip or the sugar? I need the mix and bowl out. I need the mixer, cause I'm the fixer. Then I wash it down with some elixir. The cookies, the cookies. Oh, 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 money in the power, money in the power. Can't bake the cookies without the white flour. Arm and hammer, baking soda, Jedi mind trick like Yoda. I got the lightsaber plus the flavor.
What is this? Huh? This is whack! I can't get jiggy with this shit!
So, that's awkward. Just called a whole fan base of juggalos, essentially.
Right.
Then he backpedaled and said, well, it's not towards all of them. And then it's clearly, I mean, you can just listen to it for yourself, all this stuff, and feel the energy he's on.
Yeah.
And I gotta give ICP credit that they never even fucking gave him the time of day. Like, they never even, they just sooner responded to Kid Rock at this point. It was pathetic. He had like this documentary thing where it was like trap houses and him and his brother, and he was in a bad way, man. And
wow, dude.
Let me say this: I'm a recovering addict. Kicked painkillers many years ago. Drugs can be a bitch. Many of us have been there. We've had loved ones that have been there. That's how prevalent addiction is. So no hate on that whatsoever. It's the hypocrisy, and that's a theme that you will come to find out is very prevalent with Esham. Narcissism, and everyone wants to call everyone a narcissist these days.
Yeah, thrown around like candy.
But by definition, Esham is a narcissist, and I promise that will be shown. But just to remind people of the core of this video, we're talking about, can you separate the art from the artist?
Right.
I'm going to reveal some things very personal that would make it as hard for me as anyone to separate the art from artist. Yet I will say, I still enjoy all of his old music. I can't let one dickhead today ruin what made me happy for so many years.
Exactly.
And it's just a reminder, be careful. I'm not saying don't do it, but be careful meeting your heroes.
Absolutely. I think that phrase really rings true, especially in this instance, as the people will see, it holds up true here.
And look, we're not saying Violent J, Joe Bruce, or Joey, Shaggy 2 Dope are perfect. They're very much not. They're 9th grade educated. They've fucked up many things in their life, but they've got a lot of things right that a lot of people would dream to get right, including Esham.
Absolutely.
And if you can't sense the haterade and jealousy and the need to take the elevator on down, I don't know what to tell you, because it's all there. You can just hear it. It's petty. It's petty.
Very petty. Extremely.
It's petty. So that kind of wraps up, I suppose, there's nothing of substance in DMT sessions. Get it? Substance?
Nice. I see what you did there.
Esham off the top of my head. Sometimes script matters, too. No, I mean, as we move forward, we're going to get into kind of a darker area, but it's important that people understand this stuff.
Yeah.
And see how he comes out the other side.
Yeah.
Next chapter.
Thought the motherfucking mic was broke.
Hey, what's up, homie?
What's up, Rod?
See all the homies in the back, man, away from this whack music.
Man, I'm furious. Come on.
So I think before we go any further, Bryce, we should show them a little bit of the song Juggalo. Take it how you want, take it how you feel, laugh at it, don't give a fuck, don't be offended. You don't need to be. But it's particularly at the time, it definitely offended me and a lot of juggalos. If they say not, they're lying, because it's like, dude, we've championed you for 20 years. What do you want? Like, it's one thing to go at Joe and Joey, ICP, and their business relationship. All fine there. Do that if you wish, you know? Plenty have. But when you make a song called Druggalos and you're completely talking shit about the 10,000 plus people you'll find together,
who had your back,
the ones that pay you and continue to give you the only money you make in music to this day. Actually, correction, I don't want Esham to accuse me of lying even once in this video. So what I'll say is, well over 95% of your listens and money come from Juggalos. If you try to tell me it's more than 5% or so, come with evidence. And if I am wrong, I'll stand corrected. But the point is it's a vast majority from the Juggalo world. So we did feel a certain way about it.
Understandably so.
Right? So here's a little bit of snip of Druggalos, and then we'll move on to the more, I think, more fascinating and frankly personal things that just come down to truth, and we'll always separate truth from opinion.
Absolutely.
We'll always make that clear, but we're getting on down that way. So a little bit of Druggalos.
I'm a Juggalo. Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo. Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo. Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo. We don't like pretty chicks. Show them our dicks and make them drink piss. I'm a Juggalo. I ain't no hip-hop fan. Hit you in the face with a beer can like Method Man. I'm a Juggalo. No, this ain't no Wu-Tang. Get up out of here with that shit, you pootie tang. I'm a Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo looking for a Tila tequila. I got a rock in my hand when I see ya. I'ma brick ya, cause I know I can't dig ya. Had to pay you for some money and trick ya to get you down here, cause you wouldn't have came. Girl, you know all zombies wanted some brain. We them scary kids.
Alrighty.
That was a little bit of Papa J and the Mag fell. That was a little bit of Druggalos.
A little bit of Juggalo. You know what I really found interesting about that song? Again, just the fact that Esham, again, like you just mentioned before we took it away, the fact that he just completely insulted the very fan base that has championed him, had his back for so many years, and just used so many shows, just used all of this shit to go against us. Like, the audacity.
And put us all in one box.
Yeah,
right?
And us all in one box. Like, we don't come in different, sizes, shapes, different struggles, all this and that. It's just so offensive, man. It's like a stab in the back.
Yeah, Esham, check this out. Right here is a Juggalo. He rarely drinks. Doesn't smoke weed, not because he has anything against or anything.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Just I blaze around him all the time and drink for that matter. And he doesn't. I don't think you've ever done any other drug, have you? So
no, not at all.
Yeah, like straight edge, Juggalo right here. But Esham likes to put people in boxes when he's upset, and he hates being called out even for his own personal things. That will be shown. But here, and this really gets into kind of the meat of the story here, for us at least.
Right.
And that brings us to the next two tracks we're going to play little bits of that are more than just shitty attempts at dissing or whatever. Here's the thing, man. Esham used to have a podcast. And I got to give him some credit because he started the bomb-ass podcast back in like the late 2000s.
Oh, shit.
So he was rather ahead of a lot of people in that manner. Like now everyone and their mama has a podcast.
Everyone has a damn podcast.
Right. We have our show here, which is like a mutant version of it, I guess. But no, he had the bomb-ass podcast, and he would occasionally release music he was working on, one-off things occasionally that were never going to be put out on physical copies or on iTunes for that matter, or whatever. One-offs, and clearly one of his diehard fans that also hates Juggalos or hated them at the time created a website, and I wish I was lying. I don't know if all Juggalos know about this, but called JuggaloHolocaust.com. The website was dedicated to, and seemed pretty damn serious about it as well, literally eradicating Juggalos from the earth.
Wow.
And what I'm not accusing, even though this is an Esham track we're about to play here, it's not uploaded from his direct Esham account, so I'm not claiming or saying that this imagery or website or cause was started by Esham. Not saying that. But clearly it was someone who's a big fan of his.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Could have been him, under pseudonym or something. Not saying it was. I'm not even, I don't, even through his pettiness, I don't think he'd go through all that trouble.
Yeah, I can't
and he
imagine
wouldn't go
doing
to that. He says a lot of shit, but he's not, that took, someone was dedicated. They created a unique website and address for this stuff. And really, that's what it is. Eventually, I don't know if the domain is taken down or not. Frankly, maybe we should have done that for homework, but I don't want to. I just don't.
Yeah, we don't want to dive into that. Yeah, no, we don't even want to know.
So you'll just see. So we're gonna play a little snippet of, I believe we have the Fillmore Massacre and a song called "Ain't Nothing on Me."
Yep.
Which is which he released during the Bomb Ass podcast. Never officially released on an album, to my knowledge. And they're just one-offs, and this person, if it wasn't him, which I don't think it was, put this imagery and movement behind it, and it's pretty disgusting, guys. Even if you're not a Juggalo and for some reason you're watching and enjoying this video, it's disgusting.
Very disgusting.
So here you go, little snippets of that, and the imagery that was brought with that onto YouTube. I think one thing I just want to point out before we come back, and I'll reiterate this when we come back too, it's not that Esham made it. He made the diss songs, which hardly even sound like diss songs if you ask me. Some of his stuff is confusing, but he could have it taken down if he wanted.
Exactly. He could have took accountability for it and took it down.
10 years? You'll see the dates are 2012, 2013. He could have at least over the past 10 years contacted the channel we're currently on, and the platform, the website and platform, and said, "Hey, take this down. It's my music, but I don't want that image." That
could have said something, anything to get it taken down, some accountability to get it taken down.
And maybe he has tried, but to my knowledge, he hasn't. So,
or he didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, there's that too. There's always that too. I wouldn't try until it got taken down. I mean, I don't care what your feelings are. Anyway, little taste of that stuff and that imagery, and then we're gonna get really personal and unique. Esham, I'm telling no lies.
When I'm in the club, get a lot of love. You can't know me. Smoking on a loud pack, turn it up. You can't know me. In the whip with the top back, 5-star, stop that. You can't know me. A1 when I drop that, all the fiends cop that. You can't know me. The Gucci Louis store I shop at. You can't know me. I'm in my tuxedo and top hat. You can't know me. To all my enemies I pop at. You can't know me. Detroit is where the real hip hop at. You can't know me. You ain't got nothing on me, that's your own insecurities. I'm fly straight through customs, airport security. You ain't got nothing on me, whack comments and all your blogs. You ain't got nothing on me, get your drugs sniffing dogs off my back with they claws and they dog paws. You ain't got nothing on me, I'm breaking all y'all's laws. You ain't got nothing on me, I'm free just like my sovereignty. I was born broke, beat up inside of poverty. You ain't got nothing on me but a picture with your wifey. She hit me with the indecent proposal, don't excite me. You ain't got on the track, we'll turn the lights off and play this when it's pitch black. I've been in the game since they was spinning wax. CDs, break them down, put them out like packs. Rolling in my car, beating up the street, and I'm with your girlfriend and she eating up the meat. Blowing lime cushy, leaf swisher sweet. On Devil's Night, Halloween trick or treat. Bag full of candy, but it ain't sugar. This Halloween, I'ma dress like a booger. Mean on the scene, money green so slimy, but the big block crocodile so grimy. Grimy, cause I'm from the D-E-T-R-O-I-T. Ain't no hoe in me. This Halloween, I'ma have me some fun and go trick-or-treating for cash registers with a gun. Trick-or-treat, once you hear the sound, another body fall down. Murder party in the town, I'm on my way down to the Fillmore. And yes, I got to kill more.
Making me look like a punk!
It slipped. I just slipped again.
What the fuck?
Alright, so yeah, man, we just hit him with those little snippets and the imagery. I mean, you'd almost think it's like some sick joke, right?
But, that's what I thought when you told me. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a weird thing at the time, and the people behind it, to my knowledge, always stayed anonymous, because those same people probably realized what would happen if some juggalos did catch their identity.
Yeah.
Some dedicated juggalo Reddit motherfuckers will find your ass and put you out there before doxing was even a major thing, right? Which we don't partake in either. What did you think about that when as you've seen it and reviewed it for this?
The big feeling of just disgust and just the ugly feeling all over my body. Just not only listening to the songs, but especially seeing the imagery. Again, the fact that somebody, even if it's not Esham, the fact that somebody thought to put that imagery with that song, especially against the very fan base who helped champion this man, helped realize his greatness, all that good stuff, to put that imagery with that is just so disgusting. And so it's really hard to put into words how unfathomable it is that it even exists, and that wasn't put to a stop right there and then, versus letting it hang around for 10 years.
Or, even if he did try, we'll try harder.
Yeah.
Like we said. What's next then?
So next we've actually got the infamous apology video.
That now leads us to today and a very recent personal thing with Esham. As I said, I've known Esham personally on some level for about 10 years. When he first moved from the Detroit area to South Minneapolis, Southside. My brother lives over in that area.
Yes,
I used to live in South for a while.
Good old 38th there on the
38th back in the day.
Yes, sir.
38th and Nicollet. So he moved to Minneapolis 10 years ago. 2011, 2012. Yeah. So he messages me on Facebook, because back then Facebook was a simpler time.
Yeah.
It was a lot easier to identify your diehard fans.
Very.
And he and I had conversed in comments before. Mm-hmm. And he hits me up. I get a phone call. He says, "Hey, what's your number?" And I'm like, for real, I'm just, to be frank, I was I was a kid still, kind of 22, 23.
Yeah.
I was like starstruck, like Esham wants my phone number, right?
Yeah.
So I sent it to him and he calls me, and next thing I know, I'm chatting on the phone with like one of my idols.
Yeah.
And someone I respect like more than anyone in music. And basically what he wanted to do was find some weed.
Man, you got any spare change?
Sorry, bro, I'm all out, man.
Please, man! I suck your dick!
Ew!
He had just moved to the area, didn't know a deal or anything, and at that time, I knew someone, happened to be a juggalo too, a very long time one, who did dabble in the the handlings of marijuanas. So, remember, much different time, just 10 years ago. So, you know, hook him up with him. He gets to know my other friends. My other friends at the time were like, that's awesome, Corey hooked up with Esham. And, you know, I guess maybe it looked kind of cool to them. We went to some shows together with Esham, me, him, and a couple of the boys and the crew at the time. And all of that was mostly fun. But like I shared earlier, I had that one experience where I just simply, the nicest, gentlest, constructive criticism ever made him block me and then unblock me and then say, sorry, I was being a little sensitive. That's our theme going forward. He is incredibly sensitive and has a terrible way of dealing with what he is sensitive to, or as the kids might say, triggered. Right?
Yeah.
And he's very triggerable. So, just a week or two ago, I shared a meme from Call Your Mom. I believe we have it. So we'll put that on the screen right here. Just leave it up here for 5-10 seconds. It's just a meme, and it also mentions these songs that we just talked about.
Yeah.
And his... Do you currently hate us? Yeah, it's kind of like a running joke. Does Esham hate us this year? You know, us joke, like, it's a joke, dude. And he responds, I don't know why you're sharing this bullshit trolls post on my page, but get to step in and keep it off. I was like, I'm not trolling you, E. It's a meme. It's a joke. Like, I thought we were so far past that. Like, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, it's a joke. Like, you just performed The Gathering, my guy.
Exactly.
You didn't get booed off stage, that's for damn sure. So, but anyway, he got sensitive again. I went, okay, here we go again. And I explained what I just said there. It's just a meme. It's just a joke. I'm not trolling you. It's just a funny meme that I actually thought you'd laugh at. Given the maturity and stuff that I felt he must have grown over the years, like most humans do as they grow. Ideally so anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, that was the meme that starts it all. And then I see that, and, that's when we start getting the messages. So I had sent him a text message. We'll go ahead and put that on the screen real quick, of how our conversation kind of started from there, because, you know, I had his phone number, so, and he had my phone number, so it's like, why not, you know, why do this on the internet or the... You
exactly,
know,
especially when you have each other's numbers.
We live minutes from each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, we have each other's phone numbers. Like, this can be an adult thing, right?
Exactly.
So here we go. Here's where me trying to be an adult with this guy, September 9th, just after midnight, it's kind of late on the internet.
Yeah.
I just texted him, and it's on the screen here. Yo, E, what's up? This is Corey. I have just a few questions I'd like to clear the air on some things, and only you can speak for yourself personally. Next morning, the same day next morning, 7:24 a.m., I get a text you see here on the screen from him, sup, ? I sent him a picture of, looks like Nothing on Me with the Juggalo Holocaust stuff. And I said, hey man, we got a few videos, little typos, we got a few videos on deck, and there are a lot of people, including us, that would like to know where you are coming from at certain things and certain times. For example, the diss songs from the Bomb Ass podcast back in the day that featured Juggalo Holocaust imagery. I'm not saying you are behind that, but it's there on YouTube, all the way back to I Ain't Ya Homie. I just feel, having known you on some level and respect, I'd at least ask your stance on that stuff almost 10 years later of it. Move on, got a little typo here, move on. It's a chin scratcher for many people as to, you know, why this stuff came out in the first place. We get that ICP probably feels like they owe you, and in a sense, they very much do. You were the blueprint. You helped them, but nobody makes it without their own grind. I can speak about 20 years of praise to you musically, but many jugs, including us, wonder why certain things haven't been spoke on. Like this, for example. And then I shared the other, Nothing on Me, and continue talking with him here. I'll put the next one on the screen. Giving him another example. Things of that nature. I feel like juggalos often don't know where you stand. that's where the meme came from.
Exactly.
That was the whole joke.
Whole point.
We don't know which. Do you hate us this year or not? We can't. You know, is it really? He does go back and forth.
Yeah.
So, I feel like juggalos often don't know where you stand, including folks like me, down the block, that been in this shit for 20 years at only 33 years old. Are these type of songs or videos things you stand on? Question mark. If not, where did they come from? Why do they still exist? I wouldn't be doing my job here if I didn't ask. And personally, I'm curious as well. And to be clear, fuck ICP, put that aside. When you have the album art for I Ain't Your Homie and things like this on YouTube that maybe you did not publish, but are up and they're around there for years and years. Certain juggalos will feel a certain way about that. And I just wanted to ask you to speak for yourself on it all. That's all.
Yeah, and that's simple enough to me.
That seems pretty simple, right?
It's pretty simple, pretty question-like. You know, you weren't coming out any type of way.
I'm trying to treat him with the utmost fairness.
Exactly, that you did.
I'm not trying to assume and say, Esham put these up. No, because you can clearly see the channel is some other channel.
Right.
So I'm trying to ask him questions like a reporter. I have some typos in here, but this does lead to a phone call I got very shortly after these messages, within minutes. So we'll share the few more because they're important.
Very.
And he did ask I share them.
He did.
So here we'll go back to the screen here. Dude, if you don't quit trolling me with this bullshit, get a life, seriously. I have no control over what other people do with my music. Stop spamming my post, Corey. He likes to say my name a lot. I never ran that site. I said, I'm asking a question, dude. He goes on to say, fuck is wrong with you? I said, okay, so start there. Don't go with that first bullshit. Now, here's the important part to understand. Before we get to this part here, and I'll put it back on the screen, you're not going to do shit. I would sooner put one in you than lay down, joking with him. In between here, he called me on the phone.
Hello? Fuck. Hello? Fuck. Hello? Fuck!
He called me on the phone, and like I said, I'm not going to play it, but I will show the world here that the call happened. Here's one of them. I suppose we'll just put the screenshot on the screen of it, but yeah, 4-minute call there, and he called me screaming at me. And this is earlier on,
right.
In the conversation, before I said, my joking, like, I'd sooner do you than lay down to you, right? He calls me.
Hello? Fuck.
And he's screaming, and I said, whoa, slow down.
Help is on the way, dear!
Mrs. Doubtfire!
Help is on the way!
Esham, I let him talk for 2-3 minutes straight. Yeah. I said, stop. I've let you talk. You're misunderstanding.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I'm not a troll. He was screaming that I was trolling him, spamming him. Oh. I explained to him spamming would require multiple posts. Just by definition. I shared a meme.
Right,
I shared a meme, and I asked you questions.
Simple questions.
About things that are attached to your name that probably don't deserve to be on, this platform and others. And his defensiveness just took over. He called. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm in bed still. He calls me and screaming at me all this and that. And I said, stop, listen, I'm a 33-year-old man. I'm not the kid you met some 10 years ago, and you shouldn't be talking to that kid like that either. So, and he immediately starts cutting me off. He goes, I understand that, Corey, but you got to understand. And then immediately it cranks right back to
oh my God,
loud person voice.
Sir, you are going to have to speak more slowly. I cannot understand you.
I'll just put it that way, especially for such a pretty gentle voice to begin with. But no, he's spazzing out on me, and he says, this is where the things turned into the text messages stuff.
Yeah.
He said, I will fuck you up, Corey. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Say it. Say I'm gonna kill the bear. Say it.
I'm gonna kill the bear.
Say it again.
I'm gonna kill the bear.
And again. I'm gonna kill the bear.
And I stopped him right there. There's 2 phone calls. There's that one, and he called me again. I said, Esham, you're not gonna do that. And then I proceeded to just scream, because he wouldn't, I had to be louder than him for him to hear me, apparently.
Yeah.
I just screamed my physical address at him 3 times.
Yep.
And his response, I don't think he was expecting that. Esham, then, he basically did kind of an awkward one of those. He went, I see. And I was like, well, you said you're going to fuck me up. Come do it.
Yeah.
I can wait outside if you want. You don't have to ring the bell. I can wait outside.
Yeah.
And he chuckles on and then proceeds to curse at me some more, again saying spamming, trolling, and I'm like, bro, what? I kept trying to tell him, but he would interrupt me over and over. I'm trying to ask you questions so that you can speak for yourself versus the internet speculating.
Exactly. Set the record straight versus everything else.
Precisely. It was, in my mind, the professional thing to do.
Very.
So understand, that's where my joke about I'd rather put you down than bow down to you.
Yeah.
I should have done that sooner, but just know that that's what there's a phone call in between there, right? You are not going to do shit. I would sooner put one in you than lay down to you. I asked you a few basic questions. You were the definitive motherfucking representation of overly defensive. If you've been this way for a long time, rest on your laurels. Come get me for real. Come get me. Come get me. And he's saying, so you threatening me? Bet.
Are you threatening me? 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 Are you threatening me?
Now, here's what you have to understand. He knows my sense of humor. He knows me on some level personally. When I said to him, you're not gonna do shit, I would sooner put one in you than lay down to you. I was saying it in that kind of a tone.
Yeah.
The text doesn't have tone.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, Esham, stop that. Don't talk to me like a child.
Right.
Like,
that's the last thing anyone wants to do with you.
And I ain't looking to hurt that guy at all.
Yeah.
I'd feel bad doing so. He said, so you threatening me? Bet. Well, what, Esham, are you all of a sudden the type of guy that runs to the cops? You gonna go to the cops over that text message?
Yeah.
Say, hey, one of these fans of mine, dude, they go laugh in your fucking face. So he said, so you threatening me? Bet. I said, no, I'm saying that I would sooner fight you than lay down. That's very simple. You told me that you were going to come fuck me up over the phone. You realize you called the FBI. You called me the FBI. So what do you think? Just stop the nonsense. So then we'll go back to the text messages here. He apparently wants me to threaten him, or thinks I am, or something. I said, you do this shit where you get way too defensive when I'm just asking you a couple of questions. This shit happened 10 years ago, 9 years ago. This is what you do, and then you say I was being really defensive. My bad. I'm cool with it because I love you. But dude, you just told me you were going to come fuck me up. I literally gave you my address. Straight to your face. So I'm threatening you?
Right.
No, stop that bullshit. You ain't on that. Come on now, Esham. I'm saying if you're threatening me to come fuck me up and do it, then otherwise, shut up. That's not a threat. It's just plain and simple logic. If you're gonna do it then.
Yeah.
You have my address. He then responds, you and your website troll buddies can get a life. Stop texting me and stop trolling my page. I barely interact on his page these days because there's very little reason to, because his music has sucked for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're not... I just recently moved back here a few months ago, so it's not, like I said, we're not best friends.
Yeah.
But we're well aware of each other.
Yeah, very.
So he says that, I said, all over some bullshit, bro. I posted once. We'll put this back up on the screen. I just put in capital letters, I asked a question, which you can see here. He said, okay, see me when you see me. Have a nice day. So, now... should I call the police? He's threatening me, see me when you see me. He told me that, and then leads to the other phone call, and I told him over the phone, I said, Esham, he says, when you see me, if you see me on the corner, come up, say, hi, I'm Corey, and we'll fucking get it on. I said, Esham, if we see each other in public and you don't recognize me, you'll hit the floor before you get that. Like, I'm not, what am I going to do? Walk up, hi, I'm Corey, the guy you've known for 10 years. Shall we?
Put up your dukes.
It's just, it's ridiculous, dog. You're not going to fight me. You're 50 years old. You're 5'8", 5'9". I'm 33. I'm worn. I'm too old for that bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, again, if you did want to actually want some, I gave him my address, fair and square.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't no chump, but so we'll get back to just the end of this post here. So I gave it he said, okay, see me when you see me, have a nice day. I went on to tell him, you said you were gonna fuck me up and all that. He then says, I'll make sure to put this on the screen right here.
Yeah.
Make sure you screenshot this and post it. Stop texting me! ! I just then said, you know what, if you're gonna fuck me up, come fuck me up, etc. He goes on, you can read this stuff on the screen for yourself. I'm not very good at reading out loud if you couldn't tell. I didn't say that, stop lying. He even sent me a stop sign.
Oh my god.
Get a life, quit stalking me. I'm like, dude, you called me screaming at me at 7:30 in the morning.
And called you twice.
Called me twice, screaming at me at 7:30 in the morning. Get a life, quit stalking me. So I'll put this last part up. No, you quite literally said, if you see me in public, come up to me and say I'm Corey and we'll have it. That's what you said. You also said you were going to fuck me up twice. That you are not going to do. I don't give a fuck about threats. I don't call the police. Come fuck me up. Then I gave you my address the moment you said that. So come do it. I asked you a question. You're the most offensive little child in the freaking world. This is why people separate the art from the artist. Jesus Christ, dude. Don't pray to that guy. Because he's funny, he used to be the devil guy, and then he became super religious.
Yeah.
Hey, suits his narcissism, really, to be honest with you.
Funny how that works.
And I just joking with him, sent him a fucking question, jerk. Oh, a little something like this.
No mistakes so far in this match, right? You haven't overruled anything. No mistakes whatsoever.
Second stop, please.
Answer my question! The question, jerk!
So then, Rashad... I had to clown him like that, dog. I just had to. Answer the question, jerk!
Yeah.
Good old John McEnroe. He then put it on the screen, and then all these, he says to me, all these threats on my phone from you, should I post them, dummy? Well, you spelled dummy wrong, which is really ironic there. Just clown. Threats. I didn't threaten you in...
Right.
I'm not... all I said is that I would sooner put you down than bow down
to you. A response to his threats.
Right. That I would sooner put you down than lay down to you. You can take that however you want or however you feel, but it's a hypothetical. Like, that's... It's not... And it's not... It's... I'd sooner put you down than lay down to you. I mean, what is it? What is it? Come on now. You just screamed threats at me over the phone. I gave you my address.
Exactly. And for someone to threaten you, you would have to not threaten them first.
It doesn't make no. And then he, alludes to obviously police type shit like that. I'm just like, dog, I don't. This dude is from 7 Mile, East Side, Detroit.
Yeah, dude.
What? What ninja? What ninja? Huh? Yeah, just silly. So, kind of leave it there. I'll just, I tried to talk reason into him because, he also during our phone call, he called me the FBI and said that I'm an FBI agent with the FBI.
My God.
Now, he might have been like tongue-in-cheek saying it a little, but I could tell he was also half serious with the passion he was saying it.
Yeah.
Drugs drill holes in people's brains sometimes. Not saying that's the case with him. I just know that it does happen to certain people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he says to me, I'm so sick of, on the screen again, I'm so sick of dealing with the trolls. If you had a legit question, you should have just come out and asked instead of stirring the pot by posting that shit on my page.
Do you understand understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay, I posted that first as a joke. It's a meme. It's literally a meme.
Exactly.
The questions were secondary.
Yeah.
And I asked in private. I tried to. I tried over the phone twice while being threatened and sworn at and belittled. I tried in text messages. I tried over Messenger where we chatted a little. I mean, I did ask. So
yeah, several times.
I just said to him, as you see here, I did have a legit question, a meme, and a question. Hit you up privately. He says to me, I wish that shit would come down too. He's referring to the Juggalo Holocaust stuff now. So see, he could have started here.
Yeah, if he would have started there, would have been much more straightforward. All the extra shit could have been out.
I wish that shit would come down too. Do you know what it's like to have a piece of art and have people change it to fit the narrative? Yeah, I kind of can understand what that would be like, Esham. I can.
Yeah.
I don't run the internet. If I did, a lot of false information associated with my name would be gone, including that stuff, fake news. Okay, appreciate that. Yeah. You just answered one of my questions after all of this.
Exactly.
You finally just answered one of the basic questions.
Finally, bravo.
Yeah, frankly, I would say you need to try harder.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that. I said, also back up on the screen, in capital letters, I hear you. I believe you. That's common sense. But it exists within your songs. So, I ask questions. Dog, you want to play I Threatened You? I gave you my address. I known you since I was a boy. Look, I ain't on that. You get insane defensive. I ain't the one to quote you personally. Esham?
Exactly.
He just says, have a nice day, Corey. And show that on the screen. He then, I chatting a little more, I sent him Why You Want a Hoe from It just seemed fitting.
Yeah.
We good, Corey. Have a nice day. Wait, how do you just decide for both of us that we good?
Right. How the hell does that get decided on after the threats and the bullshit? Like, how does that get decided on?
Yes. So now we bring it to yesterday. I decided to give him a week to see if he had something going on in his life that was stressful. Things happen. We all react poorly sometimes.
Of course.
But this is a pattern of his going back 10 years. So I gave it a week, and yesterday I said, so you're here. If he calls, you can hear him, too. So I sent him a message. I said, so the reason I wanted to ask you a couple questions, Esham, was because Bryce and I are doing a video primarily about you. And I think you deserve the opportunity to answer questions that the Juggalo world or people don't really have a direct answer to. And you haven't for many years. I think you deserve that as a professional and as someone I've known a long time, etc. Just basic questions. No one's painting you in a box. You don't need to be accusatory or defensive at the same time. They are literally just questions. If you won't answer them, that's totally fine. That's your business. You don't have to talk to anybody. But then I have to go a different route with how I proceed to evaluate these questions in a video. Certain things are on the record between us and will be. Here we are.
Yeah.
Right? But I'd prefer to have an opportunity to ask basic questions without being talked to like a bitch. I deserve the same basic respect just as you do. Which you just saw yourself there.
Absolutely.
Now, I tried chatting with him very easy, and here, we'll show you here. Tried keeping it as calm and nice as I could be to this defensive narcissist. There you go, on the screen again. So are you claiming to be the leader of the Juggalos now?
Oh my God.
Stop texting me. Thank you. Make up whatever you want to, like everyone else on the internet. Doesn't make it true, but seriously, stop texting me, Corey.
Oh my God.
No, I never claimed to be the leader of the Juggalos. What I had explained to him, and if you paid an ounce of attention, you and I have a YouTube channel and a multimedia company, which will have a record release pretty soon, too. And I'm doing a story about you, guy.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be able to ask questions about you, guy. That I'm not trying to paint you in a box with the question. They're pure questions.
Exactly. Questions.
So he just doesn't understand what questions are. And also, you notice here, make up whatever you want to, like everyone else on the internet. So everyone on the internet lies, just not you. Just not you. Just not you, Esham. Okay. Yeah, it's all just a bunch of nonsense. You'll see my response, and then this is the end of it here. My response here today, or yesterday, I guess now, 1:59 p.m. No, I'm not the leader of anything, Esham. You said we good. I was responding to you. Obviously, we not. I'm not looking to make up anything. Questions, Esham. Questions. They are called questions. It's all good, though. Peace. So that is, would you say I'm salty about my relationship with him? Well, no, because like I said, we've never really been best friends.
Exactly, you guys have never been best friends.
It doesn't change the good memories I have. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
This particular individual is not hard to get his goat. I mean, we're talking about a meme from a Juggalo meme page called "Call Your Mom."
Exactly.
So, Bryce, where does this leave us in the end with Esham?
You know,
where does this leave us separating the art from the artist? His good music, now this is obviously just opinion part.
Right.
His good music from his bad music. The fact that he lives very close to both of us.
Yeah.
And he went that far.
Right.
Where are we personally? And then, we're not going to tell Juggalos how to feel, but how might they feel?
Take
it away.
I'd say for me personally, just, for me it's hard because when you come at my best friend with threats, how am I supposed to be a fan of yours when you disrespect my best friend who helped you when you moved up here, and all this and that.
Instantaneously dropped what I was doing.
Exactly, dropped what you were doing. So for me, I do take it personal because when you come at my boy, it's hard to separate that art from artist. So for me, it's extremely tough because I'm like, yes, there is great music he's put out, but at the same time, when there's that level of disrespect, you can't overlook that. And I know you agree, I'm sure, to
well,
a
especially
high
when he did it 10 years ago on a lesser degree.
Yeah.
I've brown-nosed him within reason. I've always respected him.
Yeah, you've always respected him.
Dude, how much have I preached about how slept on he is?
Yes, several times.
I mean, dog, go on, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so it's just, for me personally, it's hard to overlook that when he disrespects you the way he did and with the threats and the calls and hell, I was getting ready for work and you hit me up about it and I know when, you call and it's an emergency like that, like I heard it in your voice that it pissed you off.
Yeah.
And to me, again, hearing how it made you feel and that disrespect, especially in the moment, I'm like, man, fuck this guy. And that's honestly where I'm at. Fuck this guy. Like, I love your music, Esham. I hope you're listening clear. Love your music for the great shit that it is, but for where it is right now and your attitude and your narcissistic ways, fuck that. No, fuck this guy. That's where I'm at.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
That sounds pretty damn good to me.
Yeah.
Here's the way it is for me. I will still, if I have Shuffle On, Closed Casket, Dead Flower, something from one of his many albums I love, one of his features on Psychopathic or whatever, I'm not gonna skip it. But I gotta say, I don't think that I'll be going out of my way in my music anymore to go listen to Esham.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like I said, not boycotting his music.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just
that.
I'm not paying attention to your music anymore. If it comes on, it's an album or track I love. It's got a lot of nostalgia for us, old school guys.
Yeah.
I'll always appreciate it, but to this day, even though I haven't liked an album of his in 13 years, since Sacrificial Lambs in 2008, I still always download it. I buy it on iTunes, so you get the money, and I listen to the album.
Yeah.
Even if it's trash, I still support you. Because you're my boy, we're family, and, I want you to still be able to eat some off your music. And to get treated that way back and see that that's who he really is, fuck you, bro. How's that? You said, I should go post all this. Well, I just did that for you.
And we did.
I told you I wasn't playing. I was trying to do a video about the peculiar case that is Esham's relationship with the Juggalos.
Yes.
And all he did was make it more complicated and make himself a dick. I mean, you're calling a guy at 7:34 a.m. to scream at him.
Right.
Because he's trying to ask you a question while stating that I don't believe you. I could not have been better about it, man. Dealing with him on the phone, my blood pressure was through the roof. Yet 90% of it, I kept my voice calm, cool, collective. The only time I yelled at him is when I screamed my address at him. Just like, which is my way of saying, come do it. Come do it.
Yep.
He's not going to.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not coming for you either. But I do think that if we run into each other well, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hopefully we can be two jugs about it and talk for real and shake hands and move on. But yeah, I'm not gonna be supporting his music anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Especially while Mastermind is still making good music. Too.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. So that's where we are, and so it all goes back to a meme and just humor. And it's I'm sure a lot of Juggalos watching this, if they watch the whole thing, they're gonna think, yeah, at one point or another, I've wanted the same thing. Does Esham hate us this year, or are we good this year? Or and we never know why or why not.
Right.
ICP doesn't even dignify it with wax responses or any response to my knowledge at all, and we do try to do our homework over here.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is all wrongs reserved. The latest talk time.
Yes, sir.
The latest talk time.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you think. That's what I would really like to see.
Yep, let us know.
I would like to see people in the comments letting us know what they think at various points in the video.
Yeah, let us know.
Because your opinion might bounce around like mine has. So, there you are. I believe that's, what, episode 9 or 10 of Talk Time? Something like that.
Yeah, 9 or 10, yeah.
In the bank. Thanks for watching. As always, we put a lot of work into this stuff.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe, like, hit the comments. It all helps immensely. We'll be moving to a new studio in the next about a little over a month.
Yeah.
A little over about a month and a week. We'll be in our new studio setup area, so definitely look forward to that. And let us know what other types of videos or things and subjects you think we should be covering.
Exactly. And remember to click the bell when you subscribe. All notifications on. Click that bell. Bing! Click it.
Bing! Put it to all. That's all. Let us know what you want to see next. And peace!
Peace.
What up, y'all? Alright, got a little something to say. You know, I've been chilling in the underground. And we see y'all. Yeah, we see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the game trying to do their thing. You in the industry. We in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The label that runs beneath the streets. Psychopathic. A.k.a. Esham. Blaze your dead homie. Zug Island. ICP and Twisted.
Hey, you bitch boy, guess what? Me and my brother made a rubber, so when Twisted in the house, we bounce the motherfucker. Save your pen, ink, and your paper. Play a hater, we bring the dark side everywhere like the emperor. Ain't you heard? Ain't nobody jocking your shit. Use an open-toed sandal, just flip-flopping it. Here's one for your playlist. Suck my motherfucking dick. First single, you can wait on the remix.
Get your candle blew out. I feel the love, homie, even if it's hate in your mouth. I'm still the same sick and twisted individual. Looking to go ballistic, so reminiscent of Mickey Mouse. I keep it covered and smothered like hash browns. And my war zone's ready, keeping the vultures from swooping down. I'm as classic as a throwback version of Michael Myers, with a hatred that'll spread like a forest fire.
Why you